Hello, welcome to the stream. Who have we got in the chat at the moment? Seeing Glimpse. We had This Is Sissy in the chat earlier as well. So big ups to whoever's in the stream. Do appreciate it. We got a big game coming on the weekend. Northern Amrabat, his 38-year-old brother, picking it. So not the one you necessarily wanted. But welcome to the chat, Glimpse. Big ups for tuning in. We got a big stream ahead of us here. It's not colossal, but yeah, big stream nonetheless. We've got a lot to talk about as well. With I'm sure we're going to touch on the Erling Haaland stuff and bits of stuff here and there. Going to try and save that majority though for the stream later. So he'd probably be a bench player, but could make an impact off the bench. There you go. Impact players aren't too shabby. So, starting with, we're going to just go straight into this. Ipswich, difficult game. It's going to be away, and of course they've got their threat up top with Liam Delap. Now then, I'm doing this in mind of the transfers that are probably going to be announced tomorrow if I was going to take a guess. But what I can say about that is, just because they get announced tomorrow doesn't mean they are going to play on Sunday. I'd be very surprised. I saw a community shield, your community shield, nice. Your community post about Insta and TikTok. Big ups for that. Yeah, I've branched those out a bit now. Although I do realize I may have made a mistake. Well, yeah, a mistake. I told you guys to go follow them, but I didn't really give the exact name of the accounts, and so because of how low on subs they are and follows, it's difficult to find them. So I'm probably going to have to make a different post showing that. Will you do videos of streams on there? Possibly. I'm thinking about a lot of things, for the TikTok and the Instagram. The Instagram's going to cover clips of that I get whilst I'm just casually gaming, because I play games a lot. So it's going to cover clips of that I get whilst I'm just casually gaming. And I will also post game reviews of games I've played, but I haven't played on stream, for example. So I am going to be playing a lot of games on the channel very soon. And Astrobot is going to be back on the channel very soon as well. But anyway, straight into Predicted 11 now. Why not? Starting with Ortega. One of them could blow up on Insta or TikTok, to be fair. Yeah, so we'll see how it does. Hopefully it does well. Ipswich versus City tomorrow. Difficult game, like I mentioned. Ortega in goal. Thinking about the Brentford game, he probably could do better on the second one. Although the first one is a very awkward situation for him. I don't really hold him too accountable. Our defending wasn't great. Nathan Ake was the best one there in terms of the defence. And everyone else was decent. Was all right, and that's the fear. Nathan Ake starting this game. Thinking how long can it last before he gets injured again? Your Astrobot streams get double your FC25 streams. Yeah, I have noticed that. I have noticed that with Connect Gaming. My latest Astrobot stream got 34 views, which isn't a ton, but the latest FIFA stream got 20. And then the stream before that for FIFA was 42. Stream before that for Astrobot was 89. So, it's a weird one. But anyways, back onto this. Núñez, I think he's going to sign at the right back again. I don't think we did that bad against Brentford, to be honest. I think we were solid. We just needed to bury the chances we got and do better with them. You know, it was a hard watch at times with those chances because De Bruyne put so many on a plate, but we just didn't take them. And it wasn't just De Bruyne. You know, the cross in from Núñez into Haaland was really good, and he couldn't score it. So, you know, it's not even just De Bruyne who's creating. De Bruyne did create the bulk of them. I'm not going to sit here and lie. You know, De Bruyne created the bulk of the chances, and we just didn't reward him, and we didn't reward ourselves for good play, good solid play, which is the biggest regret of it all. When you play well, but you don't get what you probably deserve. Connect is pretty much like playing Hull since he leaned with that particular breeze and Jaden Philogene, well, ballers. Yeah, this could be Philogene debut for Ipswich. Maybe it's a bit too soon though. We're playing these guys on Sunday, by the way. Now then, I put this this comment in earlier. Match preview today, as I will be streaming Villa Arsenal tomorrow. That's not set in stone. There are other things that could come up, but I'm more than likely doing that game. I also suspect that the announcement for Kusanov and Reese will come out tomorrow, so I'm definitely going to have to stream those. So you're getting at least one stream out of me tomorrow, at the very least. Hola, says Frost Jerry, big ups. Big ups. He probably comes off the bench as Glimpse. Yeah, possibly. Moving on to the back two of Ake and 2034 is crazy, by the way. Yeah, we're going to talk about that, all of that later in the transfer update stream. But yeah, like I mentioned, Ake and Akanji, Villa 1-0 is your prediction. Oh, we'll see. Ake and Akanji, though, you know, solid partnership. You know, Ake's been brilliant whenever he's played, I feel, this season, but he just doesn't play a lot because of his injuries. Now then, he's going on a decent patch now. Hopefully no injuries. Touch wood, touch whatever I need to touch, you know, touch black. Do whatever I need to make sure Ake don't get injured again. Hopefully he can play fine. And who knows, maybe we see out the game until a certain point, and then after we sort that out, Kusanov can maybe get a game, can maybe get some minutes in, or Reese maybe, depending if they are announced tomorrow, which I think they will be. Blinkeneck. Left back, Vardio. Again, I thought he was pretty solid. By the way, Connect, how was your day? Says Frost. My day's been pretty solid. It's been decent, bit different, but decent. You know, and you can't argue with that. I've had a good day. You know, bit of Kyle Walker news came out earlier, by the way, so we're gonna have a look at that. Sad part is someone in comments reported me. Hope I don't get banned. Blinking Keck is iconic. It is. It absolutely is. Just like Ball In. Yeah. Hope for the best, Glimpse, and if worse comes to worse and you do get taken down, hopefully, like you say, like these guys are just reporting me for the hell of it, you know. So I also had a good day at school, says Frost. Ah, nice. Vardio. Yeah, I think he was solid against Brentford. I remember he put in an absolutely stunning challenge at one point. I think it was on Mbuemo or Wisa, maybe. It's probably one of those two. Maybe Damsgaard, but it was on one of their main guys. And the tackle was brilliant. And he had a couple of other good moments too, Josko. So hopefully he starts at left back against Ipswich and locks down that side. Now then into the pivot, Kova and Bernardo. Now, I haven't really had much of an issue with this pivot recently, mainly because it's Kova being in there, you know, and out of Bernardo and Gundo, I think I'd rather Bernardo there than Gundo. So I think I'm quite happy with that midfield. That pivot at the very least, Kova and Bernardo, I think, can get along decently. But again, I think it more so comes down to Kova, just the non-stop running. Picked up an injury, of course. No injury, sorry. Got subbed off in like the 80th minute because I think he's just tired. And bought on Gundo, which was just mental, but oh well. Big ups to the 5 people tuning in. Make sure to hit the likes if you haven't already. Each one helps. Moving on, right hand side. Right wing, Phil Foden. Now look, I'm hoping this will be a position where Phil Foden starts on the right, but will probably drift in a bit. Yes, what a day! Says This is City. What a day it has been. Honestly, I didn't think waking up, 9 a.m? 8:30? Yeah, no worries. 100% aware. It's on Sunday. It's because I might do Villa Arsenal tomorrow, and I'm not 100% sure yet. And so I'm doing this now, so I don't have to worry about doing that tomorrow as well. And also Kusanov announcement tomorrow, so probably tomorrow. I'd be surprised if it's not. Imagine they announce Reece and Kusanov. Wow. Imagine not waking up at 6:43. I woke up at about 7:45 today. Had to get up real quick. Connect. Oh, trust me that I've been all over it. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And yeah, it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. It just reminds me of that one meme. Like it's that meme. Pep's like drinking champagne from the bottle, and it says like rival fans tears on the bottle or something like that. It's just wonderful to see. I absolutely adore it. And Mark Goldbridge, he can't cope. He just can't cope. You see, if we did this in the summer, people would bat an eye because it's us, but no one would bat an eye like this. United fans in my chat spouting nonsense like Alvarez deal was a fix and wonder. Nah, Alvarez. I remember Goldbridge saying that like City getting 75 million for Alvarez is ridiculous. Is he crazy? What? That is what he's worth at least. He's an 80-90 million pound player, Julian Alvarez. Or at least off the back of the season he had for us, 32 G&A. Those are big numbers. Madrid deserved them, Man United deserved them. I think they might wait until next Monday and announce all 3 at once, depending on when Marmoush arrives. Yeah, he's not playing tomorrow night. Oh wait, is it tonight even? What day is it? It's Friday, isn't it? So let's see when Frankfurt play. They play today at 7:30. I go live at 7, so we'll know if he's in the starting 11 or not. Pretty sure he's not going to be, though. A lot of reports are saying he's not, so fairly certain he's not going to be in the starting 11, but we'll know for sure. Connect, we've probably ruined at least 1 million rival fans' days. It's wonderful. They can't cope over a 10-year contract, which I think is kind of crazy as well, but look, it's 10 more years on Erling Haaland, and I ain't going to sit and complain. But moving back onto the predicted 11 now. So right wing Foden. I want Foden to hopefully have a good game today and a proper good game, not just 2 goals, but like a poor performance. I think Phil Foden. I'm hoping those 2 goals will make him kick on a bit now, give him a bit of confidence. I know after the first goal he got, I saw him pinging a little more passes. I watched, what highlights I watched today? I watched Real Madrid 3, Man City 3 at the Bernabeu from last season. And you watch Phil Foden there, and you watch Phil Foden against Brentford. There is something, it can't be the fact, it can't just be he's lost it. or something like that. He's completely lost the talent or something. There's got to be something else going on, because he isn't even daring to do the things he used to do back then. But I'm just hoping that it's working now, and maybe those 2 goals will give him what he needed. De Bruyne, the king. So I think Kevin De Bruyne, of course, he was brilliant against Brentford. It's all Connect fault. What? De Bruyne, though, to start the cam, I think is probably the right thing to do. He's absolutely brilliant against what's their names? Brentford. He's making so many chances. Crazy how Haaland didn't get any goals. Man United fans have the biggest lack of self-awareness in the world. I mean, this is crazy. United has spent so much money over the last 10 years. And you know what's funny? The only reason no one talks about it as much as they do City, when we spend a lot of money, and United have spent more than us over the last 10 years, the only reason no one talks about as much as our spending is because we win when we spend. We make the biggest of headlines when we spend. We make the treble headlines. We make the Premier League 4 in a row headlines. United won FA Cup, a Carabao Cup, a Europa League 7 years ago. Almost 8. That's the reason people talk about it. And then again, if United won with all the money they've had, I mean, won a bit like they've been known to over the Alex era, for example, no one would complain as much because it's United. Everyone complains because it's City. And you know what? I'm here all for it, because at the end of the day, if these signings are what gives us a bit of silverware at the end of the season, let us go out with a bang at the end of this season. I'll be the one smiling. They won't be. And they'll angrily tweet some more, and then I can laugh. Moving on to left wing, though. Savinho. By the way, Real Madrid got linked with him the other day. I'm not going to talk about this on the transfer stream. Did you see the Chargers news? Sensational. Apparently, according to a post I saw from Live Here We Go, which is Fabrizio's, one of Fabrizio's account, I saw that we're just getting a fine, just a fine, from what I've read, and it kind of makes sense. Yeah, I don't want to tempt fate, but looking to spend over 200 million in January. Giving a player a 10-year contract during January, it kind of just feels like it kind of feels good. It kind of feels good. All the City sources say Madrid stuff is nonsense. I think it's nonsense because it just kind of smells of that. But even though Real Madrid in for Savinho, okay, that was the thing I saw. Okay, and I didn't really take notice of it. Then I clicked in the comments just to see what other people thought, and I saw someone say Rodrigo for Savinho swap deal thoughts, and I was just like, where's the backing of your own guy? Don't get me wrong, Rodrigo is probably better than Savinho right now. Savinho might have a higher ceiling, but right now Rodrigo's probably the better player. But you seriously just gonna treat Savinho like, I don't know, like a number or something, or like a player to be tossed away the moment you see something better when you're barely giving him a shot? It just didn't feel right. And people are saying no in the replies, and he just couldn't believe it. He was like, "What, are you serious?" Or stuff like that. It doesn't go with me, man. I don't know why you just almost backstab Savinho like that. Unless he actively wanted the move, sure. But Can you read my retweet comment earlier? Feel free to read the retweet when you want. Yeah, sure. Give me a second. Scroll up a bit. I retweeted a tweet from Mike on Twitter. You should give it a read on here. It's the best tweet I've read from that app. I think I've read it. I think I may have. Is it the one where like mentions the big six and like all their spending and all that and all their like financial decisions essentially? I think I've read it. Best transfer window ever. Definitely for us. Absolutely for us. This has been brilliant. Connect back the gaffer. Of course. Thoughts on Haaland with 10-year contract? I mean, amazing, I guess. I mean, I'd say that. You know, and release clauses only coming into play in 2029 onwards. It's pretty nice. Yeah, it's the big six one. It's a brilliant tweet, ain't it? Yeah, it is. I like how he just like put Tottenham. It was like bruh or something like that. You know, just had one word for Tottenham. It was quite funny. But he's right. You know, we'll have a look at that tweet later. As well on the transfer stream because it's definitely worth looking at again. We still need DM. Jack Gowan said it last night. We're getting one though. Fabrizio's come out and said that we're interested in a midfielder as well. So I wouldn't be too worried about that at the moment. But Cambiasso seems to be the current name at the moment, and for fullback. And then that guy I've got in my transfer news stream. Is a bit unrecognisable. I think his name begins with a H. He is I missed a transfer stream. Do apologise. I'll be at a restaurant. Well, have a nice meal, mate. It's worth it. Have a nice meal. I completely lost my trail of thought. Yeah, the guy that's a bit unrecognisable in my thumbnail for the transfer stream. That guy is a midfielder, I believe, and I believe he's DM. I'm not sure. I'd have to check. Let me see. Midfielder. I'll just have a quick peek. Central midfield and can play. It seems to play a bit higher up the pitch from what I'm reading here. He's only 17, FYI. 18. Sorry. Bruh. That is actually crazy. The Mac aviation thing. That is wild. And to finish off the predicted 11, Erling Haaland up top. Probably the most easy one to do here. The easiest one to do here, definitely, because I don't think there is a world where Haaland pens a 10-year contract and gets benched the following game. I genuinely don't think that is. I genuinely don't think that's happening. We didn't do anything. I swear, me and LB was hyping up Casanov. That was it. We got cold numpties and everything. Man, I'd just be giving big ups for the views. Haaland to score 5-6 win. Club will feel galvanised. So will the team. Man, I'd take a 6-1. Glazers stay in 10 more years. What a tune. Yeah, but Haaland, look, I hope he's feeling extra good tomorrow. On Sunday with the big money. I'll say Connect Raid next time. Jokes. Anyways, though, thank you for tuning in. It's been a fun little one to do, and look, I know there's a lot of talk to be had later on. There's going to be a lot of talk to have later on the transfer roundup. People think the team won't want signings. Of course they will. The team will feel energized by this. I mean, yeah, it's new faces. And imagine how it feels. It's like when a player comes back from injury, but instead it's just a player coming back to the club. Like, do you think like when De Bruyne came back from injury last season, the players were like, darn it, my spotlight's gone. I have to play with one of the best midfielders in the world now. We're more likely to win games now. You gotta be joking me. You know, sure, maybe some players that will lose some minutes will feel a little bit like that. But on a whole, I don't think no one's complaining if you bring in good players. And if you bring in bad players, then sure, they're probably going to feel like, what on earth is that? But from what I'm seeing, these guys are all just good. Your prediction? Four 0. 4-0. Gonna keep a clean sheet, believe it or not. We're gonna keep a clean sheet. Big ups for tuning in, everyone. One moment. Big ups for tuning in. We're back in about an hour and a half, so big ups to you all. I'll see you all in